right now at 0-2-2?
Yeah, obviously that we need to improve. I think we're trying to focus on that we have a lot of games left. Obviously, we need to improve, but keep working, keep fighting, keep going, keep trying to work on the things that we want to get better on. Maybe take things obviously that we didn't do so well. We have to improve those on some of those. In my opinion, actually, really frustrating mistakes, but somewhat easily fixable mistakes. Again, those next 10 minutes, 10 minutes after a goal on either side, has to be mentally sharper. But also want to focus on some things that we did well, and we want to keep on improving on. So that's good.
What have been the things that have been going well that you need to improve on?
The things that did go well?
Yeah.
I think we were able to generate a little bit of tempo in the second half and really force them to defend and very desperately defend. So I think mounting pressure with a little bit of tempo, and it comes from really simple things, right? It comes from maybe playing balls just a tiny bit more pace and a little bit more in front, so that person can break the line rather than has to come back around. It's a double-edged sword, right? It can go both ways. You play a sloppy pass, we have to keep coming back. It deflates you. You play a clean pass, we go forward, we break the line. It creates tempo for us, and it makes it challenging for the opponent. And the longer you can sustain that, the more pressure you can mount. And I thought we had spells in the second half where we did that. Some people might argue San Jose's up 2-0, they let it happen. I disagree. I think we found it. So that's a good thing that I would like to focus on, that was a positive. Having said that, we need to get even better and do that more consistently as well.
The defensive mistakes that happen in terms of where players are at, maybe miscommunications, how much influence can you have in stopping those things from happening?
Yeah, I think the biggest influence you have is out here, where everybody can hear everything, and we can work on seeing these mistakes here and how detrimental they can be. On the weekend, you see the product. So if you haven't fixed it during the week, it's going to be difficult to just fix it on the spot. Having said that, it's always, I think in my last 3 years, it's always been a message: next five, but maybe it's become too consistent, too routine. Maybe now it's another, trying to find another way of shaking that up and making sure that that's not just something that's being heard every time just because it's being said every time, but because there is a true sense of urgency behind it. But I think we all know that we can do better there collectively. And really, does it need to take one guy to remind people, hey, next five is vulnerable? I think it's a common knowledge almost that tends to be the time. So we just collectively have to do better there.
Do you feel like you are seeing improvement out here this week?
Yeah, we're working on a bunch of stuff. It's difficult sometimes when you're getting into the rhythm of things, because you have to also prepare for what the opponent's going to bring. Sometimes it's really nice in preseason. You can just truly focus on yourself. Having said that, I think we looked at already what LA Galaxy is going to bring, and we have looked at some of the things that we've done well and maybe why we've done them well, and it's in an effort to try to replicate it more.
Steph, what do you guys do in order to bring things back to basic? I mean, it seems as though there's been a lot of variations in formation, variations in approach, injuries that have happened. How do you simplify it so then it becomes football again?
Well, unfortunately, when you have injuries and you have to shuffle people around, then you have to change things, and that's just an unfortunate piece of it. Having said that, I think with all the competitions you find yourselves in these days, you're going to have to be able to shuffle things around. I think looking ahead to potential May is madness with Open Cup and other things. So we're going to have to be comfortable shifting things around and still knowing what we want to do and how to do it. So having said that, yeah, it's easier when you have people consistently in the same positions and you start gelling. But so far we haven't been able to do that. So getting back to the basics, I think you said it yourself. Do the simple things to the best of your ability. Passing, touches. I think we can improve a lot in communication through all lines. Again, my voice, it's difficult for me to get past my back four to a midfield or to offense. So we really truly need everybody to try to make each other's job as easy as possible. And I think communication can be picked up a little bit when it comes to that. So basics. Yeah.
You know, are we at the point of the season? Are we at the point of the season? Are we at the point of this current run of form that you guys need to find a way to come together, as you said, gel as a team and an independent outside of the soccer pitch or the practice facility moment?
No, I don't think that's the issue. I think we all get along really well, and we're willing to work for each other. I don't think that's absent. I think what it takes is a result, a game where things click and we do things well and we get a result and we find some belief in ourselves again, because I think we truly deep down we know we have quality. It's just hard to say that. We keep saying every weekend we have quality when you have nothing to show for. So it's time for us to find a result, and then we can look at that result and be like, look, see, we got this. These are the things that if you keep doing them well, that's the outcome. And so it's just the things that we've done well, I think, have been too sporadic, have been too here and there. It needs to be more consistent for us to find a result. So again, it comes back to the basics well, passing with intent, sharing what you want your teammate to do with that pass once you've given it. It's all those simple things that I think if we do that more consistently well, we will get a result, and then from there we can build. In your perspective, what is the thing that Seattle needs to do to get a result against probably the most potent in rhythm offense that you faced this season? Yeah, that's I said this, I think that's after the first game I saw them play. That's probably the most lethal front four in this league this year, I think. Pencil, Peck, Pujin, pulling the strings, and then obviously Jovicic has always been hungry, but I think now he's got confidence with that hunger as well, and it's getting decent service. So it's going to be difficult, but be sound defensively. I think that's the first thing. We have to find ourselves being sound defensively first again, because that was always a strength of ours. And if we are compact in the back and strong when it comes to that, and frustrating the opponent and forcing them to come out, I feel like it kind of plays into our advantage as well offensively, because we have guys who have pace. We can launch some balls in behind for Jordan and let them use their God-given talents. So, but ultimately, I think first and foremost we have to just be defensively tight and very hard to beat. It can't be 80 minutes of really good defensive play and sprinkled in with a couple of boneheaded moves here and there, and then we find ourselves 2-3 to 0 down, right? It just wastes all that 80 minutes of good work. So I think we have it in us. We just got to be able to focus and do it.